Good evening, student UPSC aspirant English medium student remaining topic chapter 3. So look at this. Let's go ahead. A closer look. Administration and sorry consolidation under the Khilji and Tughlaq. The consolidation of a kingdom as vast as the Delhi Sultanate needed revival, governance, and administrator rather than appointing aristocrats, and landed chieftains as governor. The early Delhi Sultan, especially Iltutmish, favorite their special slaves pursued or military service called Badangan in Persian. They were carefully trained to men some of the most important political office in the kingdom, since they were totally dependent upon their master. This sultan could trust and rely upon them. Slaves and clients were loyal to their masters and patrons, but not to their heirs. New sultans had their own servants. As a result, the accession of a new monarch often saw conflict between the old and the new nobility. The patronage of these humble people by the Delhi sultans also shocked many elites, and the author of Persians Tariq criticized of Delhi Sultan for appointing sorry low and base born of high office. Like earlier Sultan, the Khilji and Tughlaq monarchs appointed military commanders as governor of territories of varying size. These lands are called Ikta, and their hold was called Iktadar or Mukti. The duty of the Muktis was to lead military campaigns and maintain law and order in their iktas in exchange for their military services. The Muktis collected the revenue of their assignment as salary. They also paid their soldiers from these revenue. Control over Muktis was most effective if their office was not inheritable and if they were assigned ikta for a short period of time before being shifted. So, some of the old chieftains and landlords served the Sultanate as revenue collectors and assessors. There was three types of taxes. First, on cultivation called kharaj and amounting to about 50% of the peasants' produce, and second to cattle, and third last on houses. So it is important to remember that large part of the subcontinent remained outside the control of the Delhi Sultan. So the Mongols under Genghis Khan invaded Transoxana in northeast Iran in 1219, and the Delhi Sultanate faced their own slaught soon after. The Mongol attack on the Delhi Sultanate increased during the reign of Alauddin Khilji and in the early years of Muhammad Tughlaq's rules. So look at this picture. Next topic, the Sultanate in the 15th and 16th centuries. You will notice that after the Tughlaq, the Sayyid and Lodi densities rulers ruled from Delhi and Agra until 1526. By then, Jaunpur, Bengal, Malwa, Gujarat, Rajasthan and the entire South India had independent rulers who established flourishing state and prosperous capitals. This was also the period which saw the emergence of new ruling groups like the Afghan and the Rajput. And some the state established in his period were small but powerful and extremely well administered. Sher Shah Suri 1540 to 1545 started his career as the manager of a small territory of his uncle in Bihar and eventually challenged and defected the Mughal Emperor Humayun